All right, muscle up series with adaptations made specifically for those people with visual impairments. I want to go over today some of the really nitty gritty stuff that you have to think about. So a couple things. When you're doing a muscle up, you're going to be in this extended position where you're in a complete hang. So when I'm here in this hang, I need room to be able to kip and come through without having to pull my knees way into my chest and without having to worry about skidding my feet against the ground. That'd be a real bad time losing a toe just trying to do a muscle up. So what you have to do is set the rings high enough so that you can reach up and feel them. These aren't set high enough right now. I would have to get on tiptoes and get all that done. But you want to be able to reach up and feel the bottom of the ring. So then you're able to then hop up, get your grip, and go without having to worry about kicking the ground. Some other considerations are rings tend to spin. So you're gonna need to wait until they're nice and steady, or like these have a strap still hanging down, so I can pull down on that a little bit and kind of steady them and then be able to feel. But that is a big consideration if you're gonna be doing a set, hopping down, and then they're swinging around and stuff. You have to wait for that as a visually impaired person. Or if you can reach just a little bit and kind of get on your tiptoes, that kind of impairs the breathing if you're trying to do a bunch. Like 30 muscles per time, something like that. But you'd have to reach up and steady them. So say they're swinging, I have to reach up, kill that momentum, get the feel, make sure they're lined up okay for me to jump up and then go again. A couple other big considerations that I tend to make are make sure that you actually have room in the ceiling. Here I'm in a barn, so there's no big deal. The rafters are way up there, but I've been in gyms before where I'm doing like bar muscle ups and there's ceiling tiles. So we would used to do that in college, is have to duck under at the top part of the muscle up in order to press back out, because otherwise you hit your head through the ceiling tiles and pop that down and everything. I had one time where I had to wait up top there, fix it with one hand while holding on with the other hand and leaning on the apparatus in the bar, and then get that fixed and then come back down. Try not to get in trouble. So that's another big consideration. Last one I can really think of for now is making sure that when you hop up, there's this kind of weird technique that I use where it's hopping into a monkey grip or a thumbless grip and then wrapping. So you have to kind of, in order to give yourself a lot more room for error, hop up, opening your hands nice and wide, and then when you catch the ring, the bottom part of the ring, and wrap around that, then you have to bring your thumb. A lot of like people who are sighted, they can actually jump up and wrap their thumb immediately because they can see all of that. But with us, we just have to address the top part of the ring, clasp onto that with our hand, and then wrap the thumb and go. That tends to be a little bit more on the grip, and it takes a little bit more in the setup. It's really hard to hop in, especially rings, and then go straight into a kip. Instead, you have to hop up, assert that ring in order to tighten that grip, open up, and then start kipping in order to get up there for the muscle up. So again, this is just my long ramble about some of the considerations that I feel are most important when setting up and performing muscle ups as a blind person. If you have any questions, please shoot them in the comments. I am going to be continuing this series, and as I'm doing my cut, continuing to work on my muscle ups again as a visually impaired person. So I would love questions and some other talking points to be able to get you guys the quality content that you need.